Welcome back to another eye-opening episode of the Ask the Doc Life Lessons podcast. I'm your host, Dr. V, and today, pulling back the curtain on something every entrepreneur, founder, and innovator needs to understand. And that is what investors really think about your idea. Because here's the truth. Investors do not like founders. They don't fall in love with ideas. They fall in love with execution, risk reduction, and high returns. And today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what's going through an investor's mind while they're reviewing your pitch deck. Now, why should you care about this? Well, most entrepreneurs believe they're being judged on how brilliant their idea is. That is a huge mistake. They're not in any way, shape, or form. Investors are evaluating a few different things. They are evaluating how much risk is there. Is the idea scalable? So there's going to be growth. And how is the leadership? What does it look like? And then is there financial discipline? And most importantly, what is the exit potential? What's the exit strategy? If you understand what investors are really thinking, you'll stop pitching emotionally because that's just not going to work, I assure you. And instead, you'll start pitching strategically. This episode could be the difference between a thanks, we'll pass on your idea and an actual term sheet or letter of understanding. Now, as always, I have to throw out the infamous disclaimer. This episode is for educational purposes only. It is not intended to give financial, legal, or investment advice of any kind. Always consult a professional before doing anything that I talk about on these podcasts. All right, so what are the 10 things going through an investor's mind while reviewing your pitch deck? Here they are. Number 1, is this a real problem or is it just an interesting idea or is it an imagined problem? Because that's critical. Investors want pain points, not passion projects. They're going to ask, who is suffering? Customers? How urgent is the problem? Is this a serious problem? Are people already paying to solve this exact problem? It's basically no pain, no gain, or no pain equals no money. Number 2, is the market big enough to matter for your idea? A great idea in a tiny market is a dead end. Investors want mass appeal cutting across gender, age, and ethnic lines. Okay, they want a total and addressable market, something they can actually go after. They want clear growth potential, and they want scalability beyond one niche. If it can't grow big, they're not going to be interested. Typically, investors are going to get involved if they see scalability. Number 3, why you? Investors bet on people, not PowerPoint slides. They don't care about your pitch deck, I assure you. What they're doing is they're evaluating your experience, the experience of your team, your credibility, your trustworthiness, your resilience, and your leadership ability. They're going to ask things like, can this founder survive adversity? All right, number 4. Can this actually make money? Can this idea make money? Of course, revenue matters. Without revenue, they're not going to be interested very much. Of course, margins matter, but just not so much in the short term. Long term, of course, margins matter a great deal. Cash flow matters. Even early stage investors want to see a path to profitability. So even if you're a startup, they want to see a 3-year plan to show you're going to be profitable by X amount of months. If you can't explain how money comes in clearly and confidently, you're going to lose credibility instantly. Number 5, what's your competitive advantage? What is unique? What is the unique selling proposition for your idea or your products? Investors want to know, why can't someone copy this tomorrow? Is there ease of entry? They're going to want to know that. Can somebody knock you off easily? What's the moat that is protecting the ease of entry from the competition? That's going to be crystal clear to an investor. What protects this business long term? Intellectual property? What is it? Ideas are cheap. Defensibility is priceless, however. Number 6, Is it scalable or just a job disguised as a startup? If your business depends entirely on you, it is not scalable. You need to surround yourself with a team of heavy hitters who are going to impress the investors. Investors want systems, leverage, and repeatability. No leverage equals no investment. Number 7, how capital efficient is this founder or this management team? Investors watch how you use money. They're going to ask flat out, are you a disciplined manager or leader? Are you being realistic about the prospects of your idea? Are you burning cash unnecessarily? They're going to want to know that. How much skin do you have in the game? They're going to want to know that too. Smart money avoids reckless founders. Investors want a website, social media pages, and showing that you have skin in the game. Number 8, what's the exit strategy? Every investor wants to know how they get paid. Is it going to be an IPO, initial public offering? Is it going to be an acquisition, a reverse merger, a strategic buyer? If you don't know your exit, I assure you, investors will assume you don't understand the investor game. Okay, number 9, what happens if something goes wrong? Investors expect problems and are always looking at the downside risk of their investment. What they want to see at any point in your presentation is that you're aware of the risk and you've identified the risks. You have contingency plans for those risks. They want to see maturity from the founders. They want founders who don't claim that everything's going to go perfectly, because they're not going to listen. People who do that are seen as dangerous. Number 10, do I trust this person? This is the final and most critical question that needs to be answered. Does the investor trust you? Investors are going to ask, is this founder honest? They're going to check your background. They're going to delve into whether you have any criminal history or anything like that. Is the founder transparent? Is the founder coachable? If they don't trust you, nothing else matters. They're not going to invest no matter how great your idea is, for sure. All right, so listen, if you want to get more into this whole concept of the mind of an investor, I want you to check out this stuff. Venture Deals by Brad Feld, F-E-L-D. The Secrets of Sand Hill Road by Scott. The Y Combinator Startup Library. Y like the letter Y. Pitch decks from Airbnb, Uber, and even Dropbox. Okay, study what works. See what others have done. Now, here's the big takeaway or the conclusion for this. Investors do not invest in ideas. They invest in people. They invest in execution, leadership, and risk management. That's what they want. When you understand what they're really thinking, you're going to stop guessing and start positioning yourself for success over time. With that being said, thank you for joining me on episode 87 of the Ask the Doc Life Lessons podcast. This is Dr. V, helping you think like an investor, and signing off.